Well, Omegle, a video chat service, is shutting down after 14 years following misuse of the platform, particularly sexual abuse of minors. The founder saying the platform was meant to connect to people around the world. In a statement, the founder said, quote, virtually every tool can be used for good or for evil. As of this morning, the website was still live, but you can no longer video chat.
Google is going to be purging millions of Gmail accounts from its servers next month. Google's saying that the reason is for inactivity and to make Gmail more secure. So if you have a Gmail account that you maybe haven't checked in a while and you don't want to lose your account, be sure you log in. You only have to do something simple like reading an email or watching a YouTube video while you're logged in.
Well, one teen is sharing how she cut down on her social media use and what she learned and what she wants other kids and parents to know about taking control of your screen time.
ABC's Ariel Reshef has that story.
Like much of Gen Z, 17-year-old Kate Romalewski says for years she was hooked to her phone, spending hours scrolling on social media.
I would just lay in the same position for like easily 6 hours, 7 hours straight. And afterwards, I just felt like such a zombie.
But this morning, the New York City teen is opening up about how and why she dramatically cut back.
When someone has 100 millions of followers and they look a certain way, act a certain way, and are this standard of beauty almost, I just immediately interpret that as the reason I don't have those things is because I'm not good enough and I'm not pretty enough.
Kate decided to download an app called Opal, which helps limit screen usage, first plugging in some info about her habits. The results?
They gave me the statistic that I was on track to spend 17 years of my life on my phone by the time I turned like 60 or 70. And that was my biggest wake-up call.
The teen says she was shaken, deciding not only was her social media a drain on her time, but on her happiness.
Earlier this year, the Surgeon General warning up to 95% of young people ages 13 to 17 reported using a social media platform, and more than a third saying they use social media almost constantly.
Adding, with adolescence and childhood representing a critical stage in brain development that can make young people more vulnerable to harms from social media.
When I'm not constantly scrolling through social media, I feel like there's just like a huge weight off my shoulders.
Experts say limiting the amount of time kids spend in front of a screen is critical for their mental well-being.
Number one, set reasonable limits. Explain to your kids that social media use should never interfere with school activities, homework, meals, or sleep. And lastly, talk openly with your teen about your concerns and the risks of too much social media use.
Yikes. You know, you get that weekly report.
I was going to say, you got to share your little
Yes.
facts that you just researched.
Yeah, so if you have an iPhone, it gives you your weekly screen report, and it says, how many hours so I spend about 9 hours a day on average on my phone. A lot of it is for work. Is going to be my justification. I just did the math that would come to like 136 days.
That's crazy.
A year.
I think mine would, I'm going to be honest, I think mine would be a lot lower. I feel like as I've gotten older, I don't spend as much time on social media as I used to.
Yeah, also in my defense though, a lot of times I'll sit with my screen just on.
Yeah.
Listening to music, whatever, and I'm just not looking at it, but still it's on.
A lot of time.
Yikes. Definitely got to limit that.
I know.
All right.